music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Today is day 17 of not leaving my house. I haven't left my house since the 16th of March, which subsequently was when I returned from having my surgery. Even thinking about how I've had my surgery, I keep getting waves of emotion just slapping me right across the face, thinking about all the people whose surgeries have been cancelled or postponed for the foreseeable future. I can't imagine what it must be like to feel like that, to have that happen to you. I'm truly heartbroken for people who are going through that right now. And it's not just those stories, there's countless stories right now of people who are struggling and trying to adapt to this new way of living. It's strange times. It's like all those dystopian movies and stories that I always read about or watched, but never thought they would really happen in real life. But here we are. The UK has been in full lockdown since the 23rd of March, which was scarily close to me getting back home from my surgery. It was really quite lucky. I feel incredibly lucky. And so that basically means that we can't leave the house unless absolutely necessary. We can't be in groups of people. We can't have parties or events or visit even friends and family that don't live in our home. I'm sure you know all this by now, but just in case somehow you've been living under a rock, or perhaps you're watching this in the future when this is all blown over and you're wondering what's happened. Coronavirus, or COVID-19, has swept across the globe lately, and it has claimed many, many lives. It's a pandemic, and it's something that I don't think any of us thought would happen. I know this is a great source of anxiety for the majority of people right now, and understandably so. And before I talk any further of this whole situation and how I'm dealing with it every day of my life at the moment, if that's something that interests you, I want to make something perfectly clear. I'm in a place of privilege, extreme privilege. I'm not paying rent, I still live with my family. I am not in a risk category, I'm not vulnerable to this disease. If I got it, I'd probably be okay. I live in the countryside, so the overall effect on the things around me have been minor. I barely noticed a change in how it usually is. It's usually very quiet here. We don't see a lot of people. I don't go out very often. My life feels somewhat unchanged because I am in this place of privilege. And that's not something I'm taking lightly. That's something I'm so painfully aware of. And it's not something that I think I can say is everyone's life right now. What I represent and how I'm living my life right now is not the reality for everyone. I am supremely lucky, but not so supremely privileged and lucky that I can donate millions of pounds to help, which is something that I wish I could do. I wish I could play a more active part in what's going on. It seems so strange to sit by like some prince in his ivory tower, just hearing stories of what's going on outside his walls, but not really knowing the truth of the situation, is blinded by fantasies. And I say this about myself honestly, I feel like that. And possibly that's too over-romanticized for you, but sadly, my life is very over-romanticized, and in situations like this, it keeps me sane. To delve into creativity, to delve into dreams, to delve into things I can control, things I can think about. But you should never lose sight of reality. And if you can help, please do. Please help. If you can donate, please donate. If you can help vulnerable people around you without putting yourself or them at risk, do that. Even though these times are traumatic and unusual and unprecedented, and we don't really know how to deal with them, they can be an incredible time for growth and for self-reflection and for coming together as a society and maybe realizing the issues within the way we live our lives day to day, the things we want to change. I can't imagine what it must be like to be on the front line, to work for the NHS right now and be risking your life every day to save people and help people. I think it is the most admirable and incredible thing that's happening right now. And even that is something to celebrate. The fact that human beings would do that, can do that, is incredible. And those people truly are heroes. Anyone who is risking their life to help others right now is, and always will be, no matter what the situation. When this pandemic's over, there always will be people who will go out of their way to help others, and that to me is the greatest gift and the greatest thing you can do as another human being. The fact that right now you can help this situation by simply staying at home and abiding by the new rules that have been given to us, however dystopian and troubling it may seem to you, it really will help if you just abide by the rules for now to see how this pans out. Because that's what we have to do right now. That is our responsibility. That's what we can do. If you're not someone that's working for the NHS, if you're someone like me, do it for people who are vulnerable. It just makes sense, don't you think? What if you were vulnerable? Wouldn't you want others to respect that and realize that they could save your life by doing such a simple thing? And I know this all sounds very serious, and most of you are probably sick of seeing serious things going on right now. I completely relate to that. But I did want to say something about it. I didn't want to let it pass and realize that I had said nothing about how I feel about the situation. And I know I'm just one human being on this planet, but as are we all, and I think if we have a platform to speak, we may as well use it. My one may be small, but a lot of you are wonderful people, and I think it just feels good to talk about things like this. Just because this time is stressful and can be terrifying, doesn't mean that this time you have right now can't be spent in the most productive and creative way. Your mind is a world of ideas and inspiration, and the things you can create, you might not even know you can create them. There's a quote that keeps whirling and running around in my head right now, ever since this all started. And I think it's very fitting for the situation right now. In The Lord of the Rings, Frodo being overwhelmed by the threat of war and the fact that it all rests on his shoulders to destroy the ring and end this, says to Gandalf, "I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened." And in return, Gandalf says, "So do all that live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." And this time that is given to us right now doesn't necessarily need to be the most incredible time of our lives. Even if all we can do is catch up on films we haven't seen, or just take some time to sit in the garden, or spend some time with our animals, or just get some extra sleep. That time is time well spent. Because all the time you have on this earth is a gift. And just because this is all going on right now shouldn't stop you from feeling that way. But also realize things pass. Nothing stays the same. Things will change. This will end. And I know I've gone very motivational speaker, and that is something that tends to happen with me sometimes. I think right now we just need to all realize we're all in this together, as the High School Musical song suggests, which I'm not going to sing, because that will ruin the vibe of this video. Or will it make it better? But right now, let's think about this moment, right now. What am I doing? Well, I'm in my room, and I've been in my room for these past few weeks. I'm recovering really well from surgery, which is fantastic. I've had no complications, which of course comforts me greatly, because having complications at this time would be very stressful, because getting help would be very hard. But I feel very blessed that I have been fine. Touch wood. Because I'm still recovering from surgery, I haven't been as creative as I wished I could be. I have written some more of my book, which is good, but even that seems to hurt my back, because hunching over a laptop and typing for hours isn't great, and my upper back is quite painful because of having my surgery. I sort of hunching over more, so that's not great. I've mostly just been playing Skyrim. Okay, so Skyrim is that buggy that I literally went into my own home, the safety of my own home, and bandits just came in through my front door and started attacking me. Wow, Bethesda. Okay, I just killed all these bandits. There's blood everywhere in my hallway, which is fantastic. That's just what I wanted. And my kid comes up to me and asks if I want to play a game. Not now, Sophie. Not now. So now this is my view from when I come in the front door. So that's great. And now my child is going to sleep. Yeah. I've just been playing Skyrim lying in my bed, and do you know what? I regret nothing. It's just allowed my mind to escape all those thoughts, because I'm an anxious person. So thinking too hard about what's going on is not good for me. I do need that escapism, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. If you can't do anything to help this situation, there's no point in stressing about it, because that's just going to make it so much worse in your head. Like Newt Scamander says, worrying only means you suffer twice, and I really believe in that. If I can help the world by sitting in my room and playing Skyrim, then that sounds great to me. We've been very lucky, the weather's been beautiful, so I have spent some time in the garden as well, which has been lovely. Although, the urge to actually do some gardening and lift things and do things I can't actually do because of my surgery, that's a bit frustrating, because I want to plant flowers and I want to do all of those things that I usually do at this time of year. So I've just been enjoying myself in ways that I can. Obviously, a thing that's been quite hard for me as well is my partner Teddy was meant to be coming up to visit me this week, in fact. But obviously, because of all the travel restrictions and everything that's been going on, he is not coming up to visit me, which has been quite hard for me. Because we've been very lucky, even though we are kind of long distance. He lives in England, I live in Scotland. He lives in Northern England as well, it's not very far. We have managed to see each other every month. Last year, every single month, basically. I think there was one month we didn't, but I forgot why that happened. But we've been very lucky. So this extended time not seeing each other, we're not as used to it, but we'll manage. We're calling pretty much every day, video calling, so that's definitely been helping a lot. Video calling is a blessing. Isn't that amazing? We live in an age where we can video call and see our loved ones and we don't actually need to go and visit them. It's just amazing. What else is new with me? My hair's growing. My roots are showing. I think nearly everyone's roots are showing at this point. I heard that all the hair dye was being just taken off the shelves because everyone's just doing their hair at home now. I think I need to trim the ends of my hair, if I'm honest, because it's so damaged, especially this side. I think I just need to do a bit of a... But I don't want to do it myself. I have trimmed my hair a lot when it was shorter. But now it's this length. I feel like that might be a little bit too hard for me to do, so I may have to wait until this whole quarantine is over and get someone else, get a professional to do it. I don't want to make any more chaotic hair mistakes, as you've probably seen me do in the past. But yes, I'm dealing quite well with quarantine. Like I said, I'm very privileged and I never will forget that. But it's been fine for me, and I'm very lucky, and I really, really hope that you're dealing with it all right. I often think of you guys, and there's more and more of you every day, and it's terrifyingly amazing that there is. But I hope you're keeping safe. I'm thinking about you. But yes, I've just been dreaming about when I can go back to cons again, when I can cosplay again, when I can go out and do stuff. It's going to be great. I feel like there's going to be a wave of a kind of roaring 20s, funnily enough, feeling of just a lust for life after this is all over. I feel like people will suddenly realize what they've been missing and how much they appreciate the people around them. I honestly hope that happens. I predict that will happen, but I don't know if it will. I think we need to realize how lucky we are usually that we can do all these things and we can live our lives in such an incredible way. We can travel all over the world. We have this connectivity globally, which is just astounding. And there's so many options to entertain yourself out there when we have our freedom back. There's so many things that we can do, and I think that's just amazing. We're if anything, overstimulated as human beings, I think. And I think that's why this time is actually quite good, because we can slow down. If you're isolated at home, this is a time to slow down and reflect and realize how good we have had it and how good you do have it now, because that's the thing. If you're safe, if you're healthy, that's such a blessing. So yes, quarantine's been going fine. I'm fine. Doing really well, actually. And I'm sorry if content gets a bit funny over the next few weeks, because obviously I can't do as much because I'm still recovering from surgery, but I will try to do more talky videos if you like these kinds of videos. If you just want to hear what I'm doing, what I'm up to, even though it'll probably just be playing Skyrim, then please comment below and tell me. But anyway, this video has gone on long enough, I think. I just wanted to say my piece. I wanted to say what's been going on in my life. And I just wanted to reach out to everyone, especially the trans community, and express how heartbroken I am that surgeries have been cancelled. And I don't take for granted the fact that I was lucky enough to get my surgery before this all went down. I just wanted to say that it's something I didn't mention in my surgery video, and it didn't sit right with me. I had to talk about it. I just really, really want you to know I'm thinking of you, and it will happen. I thought mine was never going to happen, but yours is going to happen. You're going to get your surgery. All this will roll on again and get going, and on that day you get your surgery and you wake up and you feel so incredible, you'll forget about all this. You'll forget about all the times you waited, because I feel like I've forgotten now. I just feel comfortable, and I wish that for you more than anything. Please, everyone, keep safe, stay at home, spend this time creating if you can, and if you can't, that's okay. Watch some shows, watch my videos if you want. If that's something that you like, you don't need to do that. That's just, I don't even know who said that. That wasn't even me. That was a weird voice in the ether. It's your choice if you subscribe or not. I literally do not want to force your hand in any way possible. That makes me feel very uncomfortable. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. So, for now, thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and keep hopeful. And I will see you very soon.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.